because I was thinking, what's like my favorite thing? I'm driving right now. It's from the east to west. I'm gonna swing through Omaha, handle a few things, and then get on the road and get to the west part of the United States. And I was sitting here thinking, what's my favorite part of, like, what's my favorite thing? I'm like, oh, we should do a video on the neat people we meet. We'll do some. Okay, so I'm 4 weeks in, like, Wednesday, and today is Sunday. 4 weeks on the nose, so I guess it's a month in some days. On full-time van life, which that wasn't my goal, was to be a van lifer. My goal was to transition from what I was doing in my career, in my life, to a different place and a different chapter, and retire that career if I can, which I'd like to, which is what I'm doing. Live on a teeny bit of savings and transition to whatever my next chapter is, which meant, because of my limited resources and situation, getting in a van and exploring was going to be my best option. Okay, so in case you don't know that, we'll set a little bit of the premise here, the groundwork. So I've been on the road exploring and had some things take me east, me and Benji. So we explored that, and that was just soaking wet. We were wet for 4 weeks. This van was wet for 4 weeks. My clothes, the bed, everything was wet for 4 weeks. And it was just non-stop work trying to keep clean and dry, which never happened. Okay, so, but in the meantime, the goal's always to, like, do really neat things and see really neat things and meet really cool people. And so I was sitting here thinking, okay, well, like, because I got nothing but time on my hands driving. Okay, so I don't get to share on Instagram and Facebook every experience because it's just way too much to type, and I'm pretty much busy all the time handling life stuff. So, and I'd like to, that was a goal too, was to write, be a writer, be a photographer. And so I'm taking pictures and I try to write a little bit of a story, but there's no way to share it all. So I guess these videos kind of help share some of this. So as I was leaving, okay, so I was perched on a viewpoint in Shenandoah National Park, in the forest there, soaking wet, just everything was wet, and I was leaving camp, and I did post a video of one of the most incredible sky views. As a cloud moved in, I got just a blip of a sunrise. I didn't get much of a sunrise or sunset that whole trip because everything was just cloudy, foggy. So I'm sitting there working like hell not to be cranky. I was so miserable cranky. And you can only optimistic, positive your way through so much. Sometimes you just need to change your mind and change your direction, which is what I did. I changed my mind, I changed my direction, and I got the F out of the east. No more being wet. I didn't need to see anything else. I've seen it before, or I can Google it. Okay, as I was standing there on the outside of my, well, actually I was on the inside of my van, I think making some coffee or coming to this decision, and I was shutting the door, shutting us up. A guy walked by with his pack. He was an Appalachian trail walker, traveler. And I had met him the night before because he'd stopped me or I'd stopped him in camp. I knew exactly what I was looking at. He was walking through to get a camp spot, which is just, if you think it's hard in life going camping or whatever, imagine when we got to talking, he had crossed 1,300 miles that day. 1,300 miles, and then he was going to find a camp spot to lay it down. Which now you just have the work beginning to get your camp, get your restock, refuel, to get on which is what he was doing. He was on his path again the next morning. So we got to talking, and you know, I never even got his name. I tried to see if he was on Instagram or Facebook yesterday morning, because he should share this. Like, how inspiring. When I'm tired and cranky and fresh, my body hurts from this travel. My body hurts in ways it doesn't hurt from other parts of life, because it's really hard doing what I do. And everything in life worth having is really hard. It's okay. But everything is earned. So I'm not complaining, but I'm thinking, if I hurt, that guy's got this pack, we talked about that too. On his back, and his posture was suffering, his core, he was suffering, his back was suffering, you could tell. He was showing the wear and tear. And he didn't complain. Not only did he not complain, he's got stuff to do. He's got to get going. And I offered if he needed anything. I had instant coffee or water. There was nothing that I had he could use. Band-Aids. I'm like, he had stocked up, so he was good. But he wasn't on Instagram and he wasn't on Facebook. And I told him he needed to share that, like, his experience, because, oh my gosh, and he was so thought out. It took 8 years to prep his gear, to prepare for this journey. He had kids he was raising. He said his sons or something. 8 years of prep work to get to where imagine the thought process into that. That's just one guy I met in one day. I meet so many incredible people. I could go on and on. I will. I'll tell more stories later. Another guy had crawled out of the woods. Not crawled, but he came out with his pack and his muck. I posted a picture of that guy. He looked like a bear. He was definitely an alpha. He got unloaded right there by his car, and we were getting ready for a hike. And I posted a picture of him. He pulled his car up to the view because he was backed into a spot, and he got on top of his car and started taking pictures. That guy was pretty neat too. Did not want to talk to him. I wasn't in the mood for that sort of alpha energy at that time. I had some things to work out. Me and Benji were taking our first route out with trekking poles, and I had to keep my mind focused. So I didn't feel like having too long of a conversation with him, but we did chat for a second. But it's just is really, really neat about what the personality takes. What does it take to get out? And all these people are alone. I mean, I saw a couple out there too, on the Appalachian Trail. They were on week 2, I think day 10, 11 or 12. What it takes to pick a dream and then get on it like that and pick the hard road. So neat to me. I just meet so many neat people. I have another story about a base jumper. I think I've told some clients. I'll share that another time too. That's a really neat story. We still keep in touch. He's on Instagram. He is fun to follow. That guy chooses really scary stuff. Scary to me. I don't know if it's scary to him. Really scary stuff. And it helps him live his fullest life. How he envisions to experience his fullest life. Man, and I meet these people. I meet climbers. I meet teachers. I meet just the neatest people. Retired guy the other day who's a photographer. He was on the hike. You meet all kinds of people who are different levels of fitness, who are pushing themselves. And I mean different levels. You got people who aren't fit for nothing out here just trying like hell to see something neat on a trail, which is super challenging. Just to get a neat view or to see something. So anyway, I just wanted to share, like, it is about seeing really neat things out here. I'm seeing things I can't see from my couch. I sure as shit wasn't able to get it from Netflix or YouTube. I mean, Netflix and YouTube definitely gives you ideas of what's cool out here. In fact, that's actually how I get my ideas. But this has been an experience of just so much mind-opening of so many neat things. I just wanted to share the neat people. Oh my gosh. Camp lady that helped me one time. Anyway, I could go on. I'll stop now. Pay attention to the road. I just want to share that I appreciate you guys, and I love everybody out here just working hard on figuring out what makes them happy and then trying it. And then changing your mind. Like, I just changed my mind. I'm not going to stay out east. I'm going to go west. Changing your mind or rerouting or do whatever it is it takes to keep doing what seems right for you guys. All right, I love you guys. Bye bye.